Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for our Game Week 7 FPL review and the FPL Game Week 8 preview. As you can see, it was a fairly decent week for Lauriston Elite 11. We scored a total of 90 points, mainly thank you to Semenyo, Kudos, Haaland, Saar, Gabriel as well, Pedro Porro with an assist, and Defcons, Daniel Munoz with a goal. And as usual, Victor Gyökeres just ran around and did cardio for 90 minutes. He was absolutely just terrible. Anyway, we thought that our three transfers would do, I guess, relatively well. I mean, why else would we bring them in? And that was Gabriel, Saar, and Victor Gyökeres. And as you can see, it was a total of 17 points. In saying that, it was a fairly good net positive because we ditched Chris Wood, who didn't return. We ditched, it was Nico Williams as well, who didn't return, but Gakpo did return for Liverpool. So I think it's a net positive of about 12 points from the three transfers, which was very, very handy. We actually slashed 60% off our total rank, which was 1.4 million, and we have moved into 669,000. So decent. Inside the top 1 million, and we are climbing. Now, as always, you know I love a cheeky early transfer, and I know that it's the international break coming up. I'm not the biggest fan of international breaks, just purely because there's dodgy injuries. Players get all these, I guess, imaginary knocks, and then they speculation on whether they'll be fit. Are they going on international duty? And then there's rifts between the club and their international team doctors and all that kind of jazz. And it's just a load of hoo-ha that I don't really care for. But in saying that, I know there's a little bit of time until game week 8 obviously kicks off, because I think it's roughly around, obviously it's break, so I think it's 13 days or something like that. Anyway, I wanted to ditch a certain Nico Williams before the price drop happened, and I wanted to jump on a defender from a team that had been relatively decent and really caught my eye when I was looking at the UCL Matchday 3 preview. They do have two upcoming home games in the UCL fixtures. And then I had a look at their, I guess, previous data and stats, XG conceded and all that, results, blah, 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 DEFCONs and everything. And I thought Nico Williams needed to go anyway. So we made the transfer. We made it early. They actually returned 11 points. Obviously, we don't get those 11 points, but Dan Burn is in. Now, from what I can tell, Trippier is going to play right back. There is going to be, and obviously Pope in goal. Trippier at right back. Going to have a rotation of three centre backs for two spots. I think it's Malik Ture, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman. And then it would have been, or you can throw Burn into that mix as well, and potentially Burn covering at left back for Tino Livramento, who is out for 6 to 8 weeks. Now, he's out. So Burn is going to play at left back, which that was all the convincing I needed for that job security right then and there. So we brought Dan Burn in. He's already got a price rise, and I suspect he may get another one due to his assist and DEFCONs and clean sheet against Forest. Yes, we may have been a little bit of a week late there, but still glad we got him anyway. This is the team for game week 8. Now, I am hugely tempted to bench boost this, because I don't think I'm going to get a better chance at doing so prior to when the chips reset. So, our lineup is as follows. Raya in goal against Fulham away. Pedro Porro, not Polo, has Villa at home. Gabriel also has Fulham away. Daniel Munoz has Bournemouth at home. Burn has Brighton away. Ismail Assar, again, Bournemouth at home. Anton Semenyo, who is in the form of his life, has Palace away. Mohamed Kudus has Villa at home, who finally got his first goal of the season for Spurs, despite returning multiple times with assists. Erling Haaland will be the captain at home to Everton. João Pedro, I mean, he's not, as far as I know, I don't think he's going on international duty. I could be completely wrong, but in saying that, his form has been down. But I think even with his lack of form, he's still a good prospect against Forest, who have just been absolutely shambolic. Victor Gyökeres, the 90-minute cardio man who has seemingly forgotten how to play football when he is in any of my fantasy sides. If you watch the Supercoach EPL review and Game Week 8 preview, you'll know that I am so dirty on this man. I thought he would be on penalties. I still have a glimmer of hope that he will be, and that Saka only took the penalty because it was his 200th appearance for Arsenal. If we go with the bench boost, Dubravka at home to Leeds, Cucurella away to the shambolic Forest. Speaking of shambolic Forest, Elliot Anderson at home to Chelsea. I'm hoping there's some DEFCONs there. I'll even take a 3-pointer. That would be fantastic. And Tierney Reinders at home to Everton as well. Now, I'm probably about a 70-30 in favour of activating the bench boost. I'm not too sure if I will. Obviously, after an international break, there can be some doubts towards players lining up straight afterwards. We'll have to check out the minutes that the players in my current team actually play over the break, and if it will be an actual break for them. Overall, the team I feel has really good depth. Players that I've, identified early that I wanted in, I have been able to bring in. Very happy that the Ismail Assar pick came to fruition, and I have now got him in both formats, so I'm very happy with that because he's an absolute baller. Bringing in Dan Burn, I really wanted some kind of Newcastle defensive asset, and obviously I wasn't going to sideways Raya to Pope, who I think is the most nailed. But now with Livramento's injury, I think Burn, he's not going on international duty. He'll be fine, and I think he's going to see the same consistent minutes that he always has under Eddie Howe. So more than happy to go there, and as I said, hopefully getting a few more price rises out of him over the international break. So can only wait and see on that. This is the team heading into game week 8. As I said, potentially bench boost on the cards. More than likely, yes. Few factors that we need to obviously consider and be cognizant of. We are sitting at 669k. And we still haven't taken a hit all season, which is absolutely mind-boggling for me because last year we took far too many. Anyway, that wraps up our Game Week 7 review and potentially Game Week 8 preview. If you are not subbed, and I know 50% of our viewers that view the content on this channel, whether you enjoy it, loathe it, or love it, you're not subbed. So my question to you is, what are you doing and why are you not subbed if you're enjoying the content? If you are, you know what to do. Leave a like, leave a comment, and once again, if you're not subbed, just do it. Simple as that. As always, thank you so much for viewing. And honestly, hopefully, the international break goes quicker than what it has done in the past because it's actually nice to have a team that's doing reasonably well. So as always, thank you very much, and a cheeky little one here. If you're not subbed, just do it. Come on, simple as that. Enjoy, guys.
If you've enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. And don't forget to check out the website at supercoachswordplay.com.